Hello everyone, it's Marcia from Oils and Wellness with Marcia, and back to the book. Hope you guys are enjoying this book because I'm learning from it, and hopefully at least one of you is. But today the topic is The Courage to Leave by Kristin. She didn't give her last name. On June 25th, 2016 at 1:18 p.m., I took off my wedding ring and laid it on the front bumper of the Ula bus right before the orange Ula family sticker that I had written on 30 minutes earlier. The sticker boldly expressed the dream I knew I needed for my Ula life: release toxic relationships. I had walked all around the bus, looking for just the right place for my sticker. I found the spot on the front of the bus, just above the license plate. I hadn't planned to take off my ring. I wasn't premeditated or pre-planned for the photo op. My mind was calm and clear, my hands steady, my heart resolute. In that moment, I acknowledged truth that I had been hiding from myself for a long time. My marriage was over. It had been over for many years. But like a doctor desperately doing CPR while past the reciprocation time limit, I somehow wouldn't allow myself to give up. I stood there a while in the warm sun, looking at the dream I had for my life. I prayed for God to give me the courage to follow through with what I knew I needed to do. Don't ever put the ring back on. Looking at the ring on the bumper, I felt free. A peace came over me. I felt strong in the moment and hopeful for my future. All of these emotions were an outward sign of my internal knowing that it had been a part of me for many years. I took a picture of the ring and the sticker because I wanted to remember the power of the moment. Soon after leaving the Ula bus, I started to argue with myself, to talk myself out of it for the thousandth time. It sounded strange to say that I honestly didn't think I could leave. I felt as if I was in a complex relational cage, unable to leave. In the constant flow-blown, people-pleased, gold star addict, and my highest joy was to earn smiles and words of approval. He was charming, sophisticated, and single-minded in his pursuit. We had a whirlwind long-distance courtship and were quickly engaged. We were married 9 months later, and I cried that codependent, people-pleasing pattern into our marriage. The troubles started right away. We experienced some good times, especially the miraculous birth of 2 healthy children. This after I had been told at age 14 that I would never be able to have children. We also went through hardships, financial difficulties, and calamity in food stamps, foreclosure, and bankruptcy, deep emotional distress and addictions, serious illnesses, and the deaths of close family members. I tried to compensate by being the perfect wife and mother, drying the cloth diapers on the line to save on the electric bill, molding myself however I could to make him happy. even looking the other way when he had too many drinks, flirted with other women, or endangered us by his drunken driving. I didn't live up to this physical standards of beauty and fitness after our kids was born. He turned from my body with disgust. I felt undesirable and unlovable. I ignored the constant stress of criticism and contempt, which baffled my family and friends. They begged me to leave him, and my parents stepped out of our lives several times because they couldn't handle being around us and witness how he treated me. I was deeply lonely. I was isolated. This isolated me further, leaving me connected only to him. I went deeper into the cage. There was a point when I was so miserable that I fantasized he would die in a car accident. I actually prayed for it to happen. I desperately wanted to be free from him, and I couldn't think of another way. I was trapped by my own conditioning to think that I could actively make a decision to save myself. And I knew he would never leave me or willingly accept a divorce. So I saw death as the only way out. At that time, I was still seeing myself as a victim in the past choices, looking for the key to change my future. I came up with all kinds of excuses, but the truth was, it was fear. Fear that I would be seen with the bad one rather than the good one. Fear that I failed my marriage. Fear of the effect of divorce on my children. Fear of not having enough money to do it on my own. Fear of being alone forever because no man would possibly want me. Fear of making another wrong choice in a new relationship. And my deepest fear was that I believed I could not maintain my faith and would be judged by others. Let's go back at the ring on the Ula bus on that sunny day in June. This is where I first realized that the risks of staying in the current situation far outweighed the risks of leaving. I realized that I actually felt nothing for him. In the simple gestures of putting the Sharpie to the sticker, and stick the sticker on the Ula bus, I found the courage to tell him and our counselor that I wanted a divorce. I acknowledged that rather than the death of marriage. I simply called out something that died a long time ago, but was never properly grieved. It feels like the birth of a new life. I didn't feel angry or bitter anymore. I felt oddly peaceful. In a way, it feels holy and precious and beautiful. Another Bernie Brown says, often the results of daring greatly is not a victory march, but rather a sense of quiet peace mixed with a little battle fatigue. So today I offer up the vulnerability prayer. God, give me the strength to show up and to be seen, courage to do the one thing I thought I would never do, so that I can live a life I never thought I could. Courage to leave what I know. My clock is going off. Let's see. Courage to leave what I know for what I don't know. Courage to leave behind financial provisions and live in parenting help. Courage to rock my career and provide for myself and my kids financially. Courage to tell my kids I'm choosing to end it, even though he doesn't want to. Courage to someday sit with someone new and share my story and hear his. Courage to leave what I am made for the Courage to believe that I am made for extraordinary and was made on purpose for a purpose. Courage to help the voice and hope of others. So here I go. Open the door to the cage, and finding it was never locked in the first place. I have had the key all along. There is an underlying theme of Ula that we mention many times in our books, on stage, and on social media. You are designed by God for greatness and for purpose. Many times that greatness and purpose life live like on the other side of fear. Sometimes you will have to find the courage to push through fear, and other times you can be pulled through the fear by love, passion, and faith. Tomorrow I'll be talking about The Courage to Stay by Doreen Leader. So follow me tomorrow and you can hear about the courage to stay. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you had a wonderful day today. It's melting the snow outside where I live. So please smash the like button if you got anything out of this, and share this with your friends who may also have the same things going through in their life. And if someone can do it, another person can do it. We all need a healthy relationship. I pray that this leaves you all in good health, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Ta-ta.